A sheriff in Georgia has resigned after pleading guilty to misdemeanor sexual battery. His victim, a famous TV judge. You may know Glenda Hatchett as the star and presiding judge on TV's Judge Hatchett and The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. But this was not a case before her. Judge Hatchett, who will join us in a moment, was the victim of the assault, having her breast grabbed by then-Sheriff Kris Coody of Bleckley County, Georgia, while the two were both attending a Georgia Sheriff's Association event in January of last year. And shockingly, the assault took place during their introduction to one another. In fact, another sheriff who invited her, Thomas Brown of DeKalb County, not only intervened on her behalf, but also testified against Coody.
Saw his hand on her chest and immediately removed it and directed to him, "What are you doing?"
On Monday, now former Sheriff Coody pleaded guilty to misdemeanor sexual battery. He was sentenced to 12 months probation, ordered to complete 40 hours of community service, ordered to complete an alcohol and drug evaluation. He was also fined $500. Coody resigned from his position as sheriff in a letter to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. In the statement, he said, Coody's attorney said he resigned because he's, quote, taking full responsibility for his actions. He regrets them. He felt it was the correct thing to do. He has a distinguished career in law enforcement. Unfortunately, that's over, and I don't know what he plans to do next. Joining us now is Judge Glenda Hatchett. She's the star of TV's The Verdict with Judge Hatchett and the founding partner at the Hatchett firm. Thanks so much for coming back on the program. We appreciate it. You know, this is all almost hard to believe. Are you satisfied with the outcome here?
I am, Dan, particularly because they were pushing very hard for first offender treatment. And the judge was very clear. Judge Brewer said, absolutely not under these circumstances will you get that kind of treatment. And he said, and you will have a record for the rest of your life. I also think that the warnings that he gave to the defendant, but also the repercussions of even after this, he had to resign. He will lose his post-certification because of this plea. And I'll take issue. He has not had a stellar record. And in fact, the record shows that he was a member of the Georgia State Patrol and was terminated from that position. And so this is, it's going to be interesting to see what he does next.
Yeah. Well, tell us exactly what happened here.
I will tell you, and you know me well enough to know that I'll be very candid with you. So I was there as the guest of, you said, retired Sheriff Thomas Brown, who's actually now is the U.S. Attorney for the U.S. Marshal for the Northern District of Georgia. And he had invited me, and I felt very welcome. Coody, who I did not know, and Thomas did not know, came up to the edge of the table uninvited. We're standing at one that you stand at height table. I'm at the very corner. Thomas turns around, introduces himself as the retired sheriff in DeKalb County, and said, and I'd like for you to meet Judge Hatchett. I was gracious. I said, I don't know where Bleckley County is. He was saying he was there. I said, my family's from Georgia. Danny took his index finger and just kind of jabbed my chest. I did not take offense to that. He said, it's in the heart of Georgia. But then he then grabs my left breast, squeezes it, and starts rubbing on me in the heart of Georgia, in the heart of Georgia, in the heart of Georgia. Thomas then turns around, sees what's happening, and has to physically remove his hand from my breast. And I was in shock. I mean, I later was feeling really guilty, like, why didn't I kick him? Why didn't I, kick him, slap him, something? But it was like surreal, like it didn't happen. I thought I was fine. That happened on a Tuesday night. I even went to dinner on Wednesday night. I thought I was fine. I was fine. I was fine. And then I see myself as a very strong woman. But on Thursday morning, I could not get out of bed. Wow. And the reason I'm being so candid and open about this, because I hope it will be helpful for other people who've been victimized. I was sobbing uncontrollably. I could not even get out of the bed to go eat. My assistant, Naima Rashad, been with me for 12 years plus, had never seen me quite like that. And I literally went into therapy starting that evening at 6 o'clock. This has gone on for 20 months. It's gone on much longer than it should have. I don't think that the newly elected solicitor in Clark County was effective in how this has been handled, and I've said that. But now I'm on the other side of it, and that's exactly what happened. Unbelievable.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.